Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this video that's going to be a little bit of a get ready with me. I am going to do a full face. I have a new foundation, a new concealer. Well, there are some first impressions, there are some oldie but goodies. I like switching it up. I like using older makeup as well. New makeup is all fine and dandy, but sometimes I like going through my collection and finding stuff that I like already love and use them again, which is what I'm going to be doing today. And if you haven't been here before, this is the first video here. Hello, my name is Angie. I'm such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related. If you want to see some more makeup content on timeline, don't forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos. So I do have some things here that I want to be using. The main thing that I'm going to be using is that I'm going to try the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation for the first time. It is 10 o'clock in the morning as I'm filming this, so I'm going to be trying to wear this. Well, I am going to be wearing it throughout the entire day. I'm also going to be wearing this one, the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. You've been asking me so much to really like try this one out, and finally it came back in stock and I was able to purchase it. So I'm going to be wearing these two. I don't think I will be doing any like check-ins or stuff like that because I am quite busy. Me and my husband have a lot of things going on when he comes back from work because moving to another country, there's a lot of things that needs to be fixed, and all of our like evenings are filled with like just trying to set everything up. But I will leave a pinned comment down below about the wear time. Let me zoom in a little bit and we can just start, and I can tell you about the things that we have to do today. I think that I have bought most of the things that I'm going to be using today with my own money, including this foundation. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin, and this one is in 2N22. Oh, it says shake before use. I'm pretty sure I bought this in a light medium with a neutral undertone. That has been working out really good for me lately. I do think that this is going to be a good shade. This is a medium coverage foundation that has a, oh, this actually quite satisfying lid. It's described to be a medium coverage foundation with a like a natural finish, and that is something that I really love. This sponge is not clean. I have not had time for that. I think this is going to be, it just smells like fresh ingredients. I think this is going to be a good shade. Sometimes I'm a little bit worried because sometimes like neutral undertones are described as having like a pink or a peach. This one did not have that description. I bought this off the Sephora website. I will link everything that I am wearing down below. If you want to shop through my links are affiliated. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really does help out. But I try to not buy foundation. That is such a good match. I try to not buy foundations that says that they have a pink undertone because I do not have a pink undertone. I did do a video on the new Kosas foundation. I did a Get Ready With Me. That was last week. And I got that one sent to me as PR. And when I picked a shade, it only said light medium with a neutral undertone. But then when I checked up the shade on Sephora after it was launched, it said a neutral undertone with the pink like subtle pink undertones. I don't agree. I think that that foundation is actually leaning a little bit more on the like yellow side, so I feel like saying that it has subtle pink undertones, yeah, so subtle that they're not there. That's what I would say, but I'd say that this is a pretty neutral undertone. I love it. It is definitely a medium. It definitely has a skin-like finish to it. I will say that this is more a skin-like finish than the Kosas one. The Kosas one said it had a skin-like finish. I think the Kosas one looked very dewy. Yeah, like skin after you apply a very thick moisturizer. That's how that one looked. This one looks like just skin. This one looks in finish-like. It almost dried down. Finish-like, it looks a lot like the Natasha Denona Foundation X that also has a satin natural matte finish. I feel like this one is the same, but this one has a little less coverage than that one, which could actually be good because that is my favorite foundation, but sometimes I like something that has a little less coverage. This looks great. Okay, this looks great. I'm gonna show you a close-up with like some lowlights in a bit. Let's this is the, oh, I don't know how I feel about this squeezy thing. I got the Bear With Me Concealer Serum in Vanilla, which is the shade that I use for the ooh, this is why I don't like it, because it's squirted out a lot. This is the same shade as I use with the Born to Glow concealer, so I thought that maybe this could be the right one. Okay, is this the same thing as the Born to Glow? Did they just re-release the Born to Glow in a other packaging and called it Bear With Me instead? I swear I don't know what NYX is doing sometimes. Okay. This feels very similar to that. Satin finish, very thin, medium coverage. I would say just first impression, it is the same concealer. I said what I said. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit. I'm gonna do my brows and then I'll show you a close-up of how it looks. I'm just gonna set the concealer with a little bit of powder, but I think I'm gonna leave my face as it is, and maybe I'll powder it a little bit before I go out, because like I said, I'm not going anywhere before my husband comes back from work, which is usually around like 5-6 in the evening time. So I think I'm gonna not powder, just under my eyes. I thought I'd come back with the lighting down a little bit so you can see. I've set my under eyes with a little bit of the NYX powder. Can you see how pan this is? With a little bit of the NYX powder, and I feel like my under eyes is looking really good. It's looking like the other concealer. The skin is looking so nice. I mean, you can still see some pores, but like I have pores. Like they're not gonna hide them, but they don't have to like accentuate them. I feel like this looks amazing. I really need to wax my upper lip. Don't look at my mustache. Don't look at that. But yeah, I think that this looks really great. I am gonna use the Outer Dimension palette by Lunar Beauty for bronzer, but I wanted to use this powder under my eyes with the concealer because I know this powder. Like I know how this one is. So if I end up not liking the concealer, I will know that it's the concealer and not the powder. This powder, I've only used it on my under eyes 3 times so far, so I'm not like, I really like it so far, but I'm not as like familiar with it as I am with this one because I've been using this for like, what, 5 years? But yeah, this is what it looks like. Let me put the light up again. I know some people prefer to have it dark, but I'm gonna let you know, if I click on a video and the video is dark, I immediately click out. That is a personal preference. And it's the same with like my house. I turn on every light in the house because I hate having it dark. Love dark interior, but I want to have the lights on. So I'm gonna put the lights back up because I don't like a moody looking video. I'm sorry, it's not my style. And especially now that I have the light background, I really want to take like advantage of how nice and bright this is looking. I'm still using these 2 middle bronzer shades for my bronzer. That's what I'm using. Yesterday we went and we tried to buy a car. Listen, cars are so crazy in the US right now. Like a used car will cost you more than a new car. And like we could cash buy a car, which was what we were thinking about doing first. But like in the US, you need to have a credit history. So it's actually better for us to be, which is so crazy. For our credit history, it's better for us to be in debt than to have the money on the bank. Like, don't get me started about how messed up that is. So we're trying, even though we don't have a credit history, just to get a loan for part of it so that we can get the credit history going. But yeah, it's all just so weird and crazy. And I just don't understand why there's a system where you seem like you're better with money if you take a loan and keep your money than just buying it upfront. I will never understand. Like, it's so wild to me. But yeah, I am not going to cash buy the car because we're trying to get some kind of a loan on it. And it's just, it's madness. Let me tell you, it's madness. We are in the process of getting like some kind of a credit card as well with the bank that Ricardo has, so that we can get that rolling. Again, I've never had a credit card in my life. I've never had to use something like that. So it's all just very weird for me. I'm going to use a little bit of this just to blend the edges a little bit. Not really to like set the, not to set the foundation, but to blend the edges of this. But yeah, it's just really wild. And today we are actually going to get a phone plan because we finally have our social security numbers. It took a really long time. So we have had like a prepaid card for my phone, and now today our plan is to go and get like phone plans. And I'm so excited about that because I don't have to have a prepaid card anymore. We don't have to share a phone. Now we can have two because Ricardo's phone was too old to have a prepaid card. What was going on in the background? What happened? Did you see that? Am I haunted? I'm gonna use this one. I have used this off camera, but I haven't used it on camera. And when I used it off camera, I used this shade here, but I kind of want to use this brownie one. I feel I am using this very flimsy brush from Lunar Beauty. I love flimsy brushes like this for a more pigmented blush because it will like just disperse it so like lightly. This one is the LBF 5. It's just very flimsy, and I'm just using it for the darkest blush because I don't want to apply too much. I feel like it looks a lot warmer on the skin than it does in the pan, but I love that because I love a warm cheek. Isn't that pretty? Again, I'm just blending the edges with this powder brush, no additional product. I love a warm cheek. I think that's really pretty. I'm actually going to be using this one. This is the Rose Cheek Duo by Natasha Nona. I'm not... That was fingerprinty. I'm not going to be using the blush shade. I'm only going to be using the highlighter shade. Really like this highlighter formula. I think this is the Super Glow formula, right? I'm pretty sure that this is the Super Glow formula. And I have not tried that before trying this little duo, and I have to say I'm kind of a fan. I think it's really pretty. I'm trying to disperse it a little bit here into the cheek. I like a highlighter that's like not lighter than my skin tone, just a sheen. I don't like having that like, you remember the 2015-16 like white stripe on the cheeks that you saw people walking around with, probably including me, let's be honest. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that. And now I'm gonna go in again with the blush brush, if I could speak, and I'm just gonna blend these together so that we have a glowy cheek that's like not too much. I was feeling that today. I want to wear this one. We're doing a red lipstick. Okay, we're doing a red lipstick. I have worn the Lunar Beauty liquid lipstick formula before. I have the, I don't remember the name now, but I have that orangey one that he had with the Moonspell 2 palette. But I've heard a lot of really good things about this one. This is Aphrodite. I got this in my mystery box. All of these Lunar Beauty things are from the mystery box. That's why we're using so many of them. I'm in the process of trying them out, but I feel like... The smell of the Lunar Beauty liquid lipsticks, it's literally the best... Did I put red on my nose? The best smell of all the formulas. That is bright red. Maybe this can distract you from my mustache. With my Sephora order with the foundation, I also got the Cinema Secrets. I bought this cleaning makeup brush cleaner and the like little container to clean them in. This was very efficient, and I actually like quickly cleaned a couple of brushes so we can have some clean brushes to work with. It's really nice. It got all of the pigments like out of this these brushes, and some of these have like white bristles. I mean, this one has a little bit of staining, but I've had these brushes for years at this point, to be honest. These are the Refer brushes that I really love. Or maybe this one. This is a Hakuhodo and this is a Refer brush. Is this a 14 or a 15? I think this is a the middle shade, the middle one, the 14. This is actually one of the prototypes, so I got this one before it was released, and I also cleaned a Refer 27. So I'm super excited. I'm actually going to be using an oldie but a goodie. I'm going to be using the... Do I have lipstick on my teeth? No. Really love this lipstick, by the way. I'm going to be using the Moonspell Volume 2 because I want to do something. I know I did a red look like quite recently, but I really want to use... I don't know if you saw that last week. I had full Devinah Cosmetics swatch party, and I swatched this one. It's called Midnight Sun. It is a black to bright red duochrome, or like multichrome, because it has a little of a coppery gold in there. So I want to do like a dramatic red smoky eye with that color. I have the slice... No, it's not. What is it called? Tropic something from Ace Beauty. I will pop up a picture of it. I got that one in the mail as well. But when I swatched this Midnight Sun, I knew that I had to use that one. I'm not actually going to use any of these transition shades because I don't want this palette, I don't want this look to pull pink. I want it to be more red. So I'm actually going to be using a transition shade I'm gonna be using this like mustardy brown from my palette, the Hella palette with Oden. This one did sell out. We're having the first batch sold out, and we're having a second batch restock on the 22nd of March. I will put some details about that when we get closer to it. So if you did miss out, don't worry, it's coming back on the 22nd of March. I actually thought the second batch would come into stock quicker than that, so I didn't think we were gonna have like a gap, but we ended up having a gap, and that's just the way it is. It's coming back soon. Let me do some eye primer. I'm gonna do a little eye primer. I'm still using the Juvia's Place one. I'm actually out of all of my other eye primers but these. So I have been ending up mixing a little bit of the #1 and a little bit of the #2. And that's what I've been using lately. Okay, I'm gonna start out with Wolf now, which is this mustardy shade. And I'm not packing this on. I'm just using a very light brush. And I'm just sweeping a little bit in the crease and like just buffing a bit towards the brow. Because I want this look to pull warm. I don't want this look to pull cool toned, or like I don't want it to pull pink. And one really easy way to prevent your red looks from pulling pink, and I've said this before, is to either use a yellowy transition shade or a warm transition shade. I'm using this more mustardy one because I don't want it to be like a clear yellow line, or to just use a yellow leaning primer. This is a yellow leaning primer, the one I'm using today, but I thought I'd prevent it even more by using this more warm transition shade. Someone was asking me, because I was saying in a video that Nerds is like my favorite American candy. Someone was asking me if it's a new discovery or if we had that in Sweden as well. No, we do not have Nerds in Sweden. They do remind me a little bit of pesto, like the taste and the consistency, but just easier to like, you don't have to have this is easier. I really like the Nerds. I feel like Nerds and instant oatmeal, they have been my things. I also really love all the popcorn you have here. I will say though, I love a salty popcorn a lot more than I like a sweet popcorn, and I feel like it's been hard to find other alternatives with salty popcorn that's not cheddar. Like, it's salt or cheddar, there are like no other options. If you know of a salty popcorn flavor that's salty, not sweet, that is like not cheddar, like, please let me know. I would love to try it. Okay, this is where we are. We are gonna go into the moon spell, and I think I'm actually gonna, what do I want to do? I think I'm just gonna go into like, oh my god, I'm gonna do it like this. I do have a full video on this one. If you want to see me do looks with this one, I do have a 1 palette 2 looks with this one. I'm gonna use Queenie, I think, and I'm gonna blend it out with this Willow, which is the bright red. But I think I'm gonna start with Queenie, or I might, no, I'm gonna start with Willow. Oh my god, look at me not being able to make up my mind. I know a lot of you saw that Manny actually used my palette on his channel. I thought that was so fun, because like, I do talk a little bit with Manny behind the scenes, and I did ask if I could send it to him in PR, and it was so fun to see him actually use it. I mean, I think that like, a lot of people would think like, oh my god, did you get a lot of subscribers? Someone asked me, but no, I mean, I don't think that like makeup on YouTube is as like hyped. I think it's still popular, like a lot of people get a lot of views when it comes to makeup videos, but I don't think it's as hyped as it used to be once. Like, people aren't out here trying to find more people to watch, and I was so excited to see him use my palette, and I think it was more like a full circle moment for me than it was like a get your name out there, because like, I have a weird last name. A lot of people don't know how to pronounce my last name because it's Swedish. It's Nyqvist, and I think that like, he didn't say my last name, for example, in the video, so a lot of people probably just like saw the palette and they didn't like go look for, oh, who is this Angelica person. It's so pretty. So it was just a cool moment for me, because I remember, when was this? This must have been like 2015 maybe, when he released his palette with Makeup Geek. I sat up And I was trying to order this after work, and I bought two, one for me and one for my friend Lisa. And I remember when we got them, we gathered in her kitchen and we were just fangirling over like this beautiful palette and how much we were like excited about having this, having a piece of like one of our favorite creators like style. And we were just so excited, and it was just so cool to see him use my my collab palette. I don't know, this just so happy to like see it being used, and I really like the look that he did as well. I mean, Manny is more about the neutral makeup, I'm more about the colorful makeup, so we have very different styles when it comes to makeup preferences and like makeup applications. But it was just a really cool full like moment for me. It's very light, the red now, and I'm not packing it on. I'm just using this as a transition shade, and we are going to go in with the other red afterwards, the darker one, because we are going to do this very deep, because I'm all about the dramatic I'm all about the dramatic makeup, okay? I love it. I did do I don't think that video is up yet. I did do a like the ultimate palette bingo when it comes to collab palettes. I used 12 different like creator collab palettes, and I did a palette bingo with 12 different shades, and I did use the Manny MUA and Makeup Geek palette in that video because I still have mine, and I was wearing that look actually when I was watching the video, so it was very cool. So that video is coming soon as well. I don't know when, but I'm pretty sure this one is going up before. Okay, so now I'm gonna use Queenie, and I am really gonna deepen this up. All of these other shades, they basically have just been a foundation so that I have something to blend this Queenie into, which is this dark burgundy. Because I want to have like a dark burgundy crease. And since the Blood Moon is like a black to a red, I am gonna put the Queenie all the way in here. And I don't care if it's coming on the lid because we're gonna cover that up. So now I'm just basically deepening up the crease, and I'm gonna put some on my lower lash line as well. But yeah, I'm just very excited. And this Queenie is also a little bit more on the cool tone side, so it's nice that I have this little bit warmer crease going on up here. Otherwise this would have most probably pulled a little bit pink. Okay, so I was able to really deepen this up. Maybe I'll blend a little more once I get the shadow on. Let's put the Midnight Sun on because I am so excited. It's this black one here. I think I'm gonna use just a flat brush, and I think am I gonna spray this? Oh my god, it really picks up like no tomorrow. I think I'm gonna spray it just to be sure. Oh my god, I need to tap this off. I haven't used the Devinah Multichromes on my eyes, but I'm like so intrigued. I think I picked up too much on my brush. If I get any fallout, that is definitely my fault. That is so cool. Let me put some on the other side as well, because like I said, I picked up a little bit too much. You see the red here? So cool. Now I'm just working with no additional product, and I'm just buffing this in. And I'm just like working it in a little bit towards the crease color, and I'm gonna blend over the edge a little bit with a the brush that I used, this one, the one that I used the burgundy with. I'm gonna buff a little bit on the crease, but look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, I'm gonna buff on this one, and I'm gonna find something for my inner corners. I am intensely impressed with this. I love a smoky look, and this is just a smoky look in another dimension. I don't even have to go look for a shade. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use double-sided. I'm gonna use that as my inner corner highlight. It's gonna be a perfect inner corner highlight because it is that like coppery pink. It's gonna be, look at that! Don't tell me that this was not made for this look. I'm gonna drag it a little bit because when you use a multichrome, because this is a multichrome on top of the shadows, they do change a little bit. So I'm gonna drag it a little bit so we get the gradient to the even like more coppery red. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm actually going to be using, where did I put it? I had it here 2 seconds ago and then I lost it. Hello? Ah, here it is. I'm going to use Anger Mood by Linda Hallberg, well, LH Cosmetics. And I know this is scary for some people, and I will say, if you think that this is too much, use a white or a black. It will make it less scary, but I love that. I love that. Okay, let me finish this look up. Wow. Let me finish this look up and ooh! I bought a new perfume. And I haven't smelled it yet because I forgot that I bought the new perfume with the foundation and the Cinema Secrets. I told you that I only bought 2 things, but I actually bought 3 things. I bought the new Black Opium from YSL, the one that has like the green notes in it. So let's sniff that one as well. Once I fix this. Oh my god, it has legit been 3 hours. I forgot to film an outro. But here I am. I ate soup, so I have... You know what? My lipstick is holding up pretty good for... I had soup, I went shopping, I forgot all about you. Sorry, this is the look, by the way. I really like it. Wait, let me get the lamp so I can... so I can show you the shift. Do you see the shift? Like, do you see that? Ah, I think it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, you go back. You go back. I forgot all about you. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I went to buy the Hindash. I went to buy the Darth Vader palette. I had some soup. I played a game of League of Legends. I was like, I'm gonna film my new makeup releases. And then I was like, did I do an outro or did I just put on my lashes and go? We're gonna try this perfume and then we are gonna get out of here. I forgot about this perfume. But I'm so happy I did because I was very intrigued by this. This is the Black Opium de Parfum Illicit Green. So this is the green one. Ooh! 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 Oh my, that's sexy. Oh, that's so... I like the Black Opium, the original, but not enough to buy it. I will put the notes of this perfume here. I don't remember it on the top of my head, but I know that the notes made me want to buy it. This is very warm, very sexy, and it's very warm and toasty and very sexy. It is feminine, but definitely not overly feminine. I'm not the person that likes overly floral perfumes. I don't like the you know, the clean scents, the one that smell like soap. I don't want to smell like soap. I don't want to smell like laundry detergent. If I want that, I'll just grab a new shirt or I'll take a shower. If I want to put on perfume, I want it to be something else. And this is very nice. It is definitely not a light perfume though. It is more on the heavy, more dramatic side. But it is very sexy. Okay, I'm gonna wear it. And I'll sniff it and did have some lipstick on my teeth because, like I said, I have been eating soup. Again, check the pinned comment to see what I thought about these things after wearing it for the rest of the day. It is now 2 o'clock. I'm sorry I forgot about you, okay? Don't hate me. I will leave a link to everything that I'm wearing on my face, all the things that I can, of course, link. I always have all the things that I'm talking about and like my merch, my vlog channel, my Instagram, all of that in the description box. Don't forget to check the description box because most probably the thing you're looking for is gonna be there. I hope you're having an amazing day and I will see you again tomorrow for a new video. Bye!